Oh.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of Party of Two, where a married couple takes on a world of gods and monsters.
Monster.
It is officially the Christmas
monsters
season.
or monstars?
This isn't Space Jam.
Like Space Jam. Yeah,
no,
come
this
on.
isn't Space Jam. So it's monsters. It is officially the Christmas season. Da, 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 da. So we have some Christmas dressing.
We got peace.
Whatever. I've got my this, and this is, you guys can't see my favorite part of this whole thing, so I'm going to move to the side so you can see it.
It's a red truck. Hey,
I should light it. I should turn on it. Hold on.
Light it up,
I have
Haley.
an obsession with the little red truck motif for Christmas. And like the Dollar Tree indulges that to a stupid level. So there we go. Look at the cute little red truck.
It's a cute little red truck. Can you stop moving your mic around?
Well, I was trying to move it so everybody could see it, because otherwise my mic was right in front of it. Anyway, but it is officially Christmas. We have our Christmas tree up. You can see some of the set dressing behind Weston. His frame is a little bit smaller, so you can't see as much of it, but it's really cool.
Up there.
It's a little mailbox and stuff. We are we in season 6 now?
No, not yet.
Okay, we are not quite in season 6. We're getting close to it.
I imagine it will be. It depends on where the night goes.
That's true. It depends on where it goes.
The truck does not burninate the countryside.
No, however, we went to Evermore last weekend, and they had one of the lizards there that was Trogdor. And so Weston and I finished the burning the countryside, burning the peasants. So that was really fun. In terms of announcements, Tabletop Train Talks and Family Gaming Experience is currently on hiatus right now. So our only show that features the both of us is currently the Friday night show. I needed a minute.
It's been a lot of streaming for a while.
We have streamed consistently since May of 2021. So almost every single week.
Pretty much.
So I needed a little bit of a break. Weston's still doing a thing on Wednesday. It's world building with Weston on Wednesdays. And he's going to be working on our homebrewed world Valley Toss.
I did.
So,
I streamed a little bit on Wednesday. Unfortunately, I was feeling a little under the weather and there was no one on. So I'm like, shoot, I don't feel well. I'm going back to
getting
bed.
off.
I'm getting off. So if you want to come and world build with me, come join me on Wednesdays. And if you'd like to be on the stream with me, just let me know. And then I can invite you on and we can world build together. Because this is my first homebrewed world. And so I'll be honest, I'm a little like, But
Weston's a little nervous.
But at the same time, I'm very excited for this world. And I'm going to move that chat actually down because
I know, I noticed it kind of is like invading.
There we go.
Invading space.
Is invading.
Some butt under space.
Like Zim. So,
Like
Doom. Yes, homebrewed world. It's called Valley Toss, and it is going to have some very interesting mechanics.
Why are the dragons going all the way off the side?
I don't know. It's strange.
That's weird.
By the way, we are on a brand new computer system.
We got a new computer, and it's sexy AF, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me know if there are any issues that you're hearing, audio or video issues that we're having on the stream. Because first, stream with the new computer, you never quite know.
And guess what game we bought the new computer specifically for? I want you guys to put in the chat. I know it's just Jerome and George right now, but I want to know what game you guys think we bought this for.
Haley wanted this specifically because something.
There's a game that's coming out in next year. And not Diablo. Not Diablo. It's a complete psychotic fandom game. Don't give hints. Okay, I'm just gonna tell.
Yeah, because you're just gonna be telling in a minute.
It's the Hogwarts Legacy game. No, not Fallout.
Haley is a Harry Potter.
I am a Harry Potter nut.
Super fan.
I am a well, not anymore, But like when Harry Potter was in its heyday, I was a complete super fan.
Well, let's be honest. You are a Harry Potter fan, not a Harry Potter wider universe fan.
Yes, I enjoy the original canonic books. I kind of have let everything else go to the side. I don't enjoy any of the movies and stuff that they have come out with since the series ended. 2017, I think.
Yeah.
No,
what is it?
2010.
Beasts, the Fantastic Beasts and all that stuff. It's like,
Yeah. Anyway, so we got the system specifically for that because we realized upgrading our computer was going to be in the thousands. And we had to hook up to a nice system that met all the criteria. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, nor important. I will probably end up cutting this when I put this on our YouTube channel.
Nope, you can't. It must all be there. No, we do not censor. Not censure. Censor.
Yeah.
No censoring. There we go.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Anyway, that's pretty much it for us. In terms of times that we are not going to be live, just so that everyone has a heads up, on the 16th, we are out of town. So it's in 2 weeks. So we will not be live that night. We may still actually stream something that's pre-recorded, but we will not be live that night. So that'll be a thing.
No, we will be in California, actually at my my work party.
Yeah, Weston goes to California every December for his work, and so last 2 years I have gone with him. It's really nice.
It is fun. My parents come and watch the kids, and so we get some time there. However, I'm working all during the day, so it's not quite a vacation, but it's
not.
It's still in a way.
It is in a way. Far and away. Okay, I think that is everything. Weston, do you have any thoughts? Emotional outbursts?
Ooh,
concerns?
I could do some emotional outbursts, but I think I'll save those for NPCs.
It's true.
I will save that for Sia fighting with Anna on certain things. So, with that, let's get into tonight's episode of the Scions. And here we are. So, last time on the Scions, you finally got out of the crypt. So you had a nice conversation with the Lich.
Yep.
And Shimonji, where you found out some information that might have been interesting. The individual with whom Kuth Waldwin has made an alliance is actually an Algothu master. He is not human. He is an ancient being from, ancient times. Before human.
Before the Starfall. Before human civilization really existed.
Well, yeah. They before humans, they kind of rose humans.
Mm-hmm. They created the human race.
In a way. They definitely influenced it. And they are evil. And they believe that all life is to be controlled by them. You found out this was the case. Made some leaps of judgment then about what that might mean. And we'll see if they're right or wrong. But you then got out, decided, hey, I'm out of here now. Like, okay, cool, we got the information. You, with a clutch roll, convinced Shimonji to come with you. Clutch natural 20.
It was like amazing.
So you convinced her to come with you out of the crypt and that you would protect her. However, the moment you got out of the crypt, someone took a shot at her.
Yeah, I know.
But with your
your
champion reflexes,
my cat-like
you were
reflexes.
able to deflect the blow and then scuttle away. You sent Bruce after him, didn't catch him.
Yeah.
You were able to scuttle away and get to the fort there in Augustana and make some contacts again, talk with the individuals of the Pathfinder Society.
Mm-hmm.
Got some information, spoke in a secret, magically warded room
It was very cool.
And then ended the night with food, I believe some charcuterie.
Yep.
And
We can't have without charcuterie.
Nope. And finally went to sleep with the plans the next day of getting back to Ravounel as fast as you can, because you are like, my sister needs to get out of this country.
Because I know we had like 6 or 7 games with everybody, but game time, it was only like 3 or 4 days.
It's only about 4 days, yeah.
So
It hasn't been very long.
she wants to protect her sister.
So, at the end, actually, if you remember, Sia had another vision in the which she saw a city on an island in the midst of a grand river and felt a presence there. With another clutch natural 20 society check from Sia, she recognized it as the city of West Crown, the old capital of Cheliax. And that is where we start. Anna.
Yes.
You wake up in the morning to the sounds of the gulls and the ocean waves crashing outside of the fort. What do you want to do? First off, sleeping arrangements. Where's everyone sleeping?
I thought it was agreed that we were all sleeping like in the same room.
Yeah, you did, but you didn't decide actually who. So are
No,
you and Sia in the bed, or
yes, Anna and Sia and Bruce are on the bed, and then the other 2 could figure themselves out. 3.
Okay.
3.
So /Charles.
Well, I'm assuming that they have like cots and stuff that are there.
Sure, they can pull in some military. I mean, it's a fort, so they're going to have military cots that they can pull in.
Yeah.
Which for Theo is no big deal. He spends a lot of time on a cot just there in the hospital. Az was like, all right, fine.
Sorry, there's not enough room on the bed.
So you all sleep. You then are woken up in the morning by Sia reaching over.
Yes, darling. Yes, what?
Hey.
Hi.
So, I think I had another vision thing.
Oh. That Anna sits up. Kind of like the cobwebbies are kind of like disappearing.
And so she kind of turns to you and does that whole like one leg kind of Indian style sit on the bed with her hands full in her lap. So, you see her kind of look around. So I guess since we went in that magical room to talk, we should not use names.
Probably not, because what it sounds like is these creatures have the ability to spy on us wherever we are.
Okay. So, I'm fairly certain I had another vision, and in that, Pharasma showed me that those things that were after the creature thingies, that they're in a city. It was an island in a big river, and from what I've read, I think that's West Crown.
Well, that's where the most recent reports that we had heard from the Domina, that's where Cuthwaldwyn is right now.
Okay, well I think that's where she...
Oh, shoot, we're not supposed to use names, dang it.
Oh, I think we can say Domina.
It's the other one.
Oh, the other one, yeah.
Fine. It's that's confirmation of what we had supposed. Did you feel more than one presence or just one?
I only felt that there was something, that it was there. I don't know if it was actually me feeling them, because it's a vision. It's not actually a remote viewing. It's not a I'm not scrying them, so I don't think it was that. It was that impression of bad guy here.
Okay.
And as suddenly just kind of speaks up, Anna, everyone all over the country in every court is saying his name. I don't think that they're listening in. I don't think they cast a spell that will react to every time you say his name. I would advise against mentioning the creature's name.
Well, that's what we're just trying to be general about everything.
I mean, it's not he who shall not be named.
Look, it's just a precaution because you and I are a bit of a thorn in his side. So, just as a precaution. So, but now that you're awake, good morning.
Good. You watch it, he kind of like stretches and kind of like kneads his back a little bit. Good morning. These cots are not my favorite. And then you look over and you see Theo in a little like ball in the middle of the cot, still snoring and snorting.
Okay. Where's Shimonji? Is she with us at this point, or did she go?
No.
She went. Okay. So I believe the best thing for us to do at this time is is for all of us to take the little transport trip to the Domina and discuss with her what their next move is. And I mean, this confirms what we already knew.
Well, it gives us a bit more understanding of the motives of our enemy. What do they want? What are they willing to do? Who is their enemy? Because Cuthwaldwin definitely presented a very different enemy at the beginning than we are understanding now.
Yes. I've always felt like this was a much larger game than what he let on. Always. That if it's not world domination, it's plane domination or something. It's not... I don't believe it's even close to what he actually said it was. But right, so I will get up and get ready to head out. Were you going to do... is there a teleportation? There is a teleportation circle here, right?
Yes, because we teleported here.
Yes, but there is not a permanent one where the Domina is.
I imagined if they sent us here that... I mean, I can communicate with Delta.
Yes, that's a good idea, because it's just... I don't want to transport and then have to walk 100 miles or something like that.
Yes, I can see that. One moment.
Okay.
So Az kind of sits down, Indian, does a little Indian style sitting there. Just kind of closes his eyes.
And Anna starts giving Bruce scritches and like, good morning, you're such a good boy. Who's such a good boy? Do you need to go outside? Do you need to go outside? And Bruce starts to like stand up and slowly stretch and get ready to go.
Sia sitting on the bed's kind of looking over as, what's he doing?
Oh, he's probably sending Delta a message.
Who's Delta?
You don't know Delta. He is I mean, this is probably quite rude, but I call him the fish person. But he's an Atlantean? Atlanta? He is from a race of fish people. And he's a magician.
Fish people.
He's sorcerer. Warlock? He does magic. And
As opens his eyes. He is of the Aslanti. Are you acquainted with them? And let's see if Sia is. She's a very high society. Okay, with that role, she'd know something. She's like, kind of. They're they were like the first ones.
Yes.
The first people, like, really powerful.
They're the people that the things helped usher in.
Oh.
Yes. Obviously not him. He's not that old.
Well, and I was like, Erodin was an Aslanti.
Wait, does that mean Aradin was a fish person?
No. So, what happened was the Aslanti were a race of humans, very advanced, but these other individuals, when they wanted a servant, they would pull one down and change them.
Oh.
And Delta his ancestors were changed by them.
Oh, okay. So they were human, but then they pulled them down into the sea and gave them the gills and whatnot. Oh, okay.
That's the idea. So Delta says that they set up a teleportation circle, expecting we'd need to return.
Oh, okay, good. Good. I just didn't want to suddenly have to walk.
Real quick, for our viewers, I think we got a couple of viewers who aren't followers. If you follow, you actually can get a dragon.
You can get a dragon! So the way you get one of these dragons
is just follow. Of course, it's free to follow, but go ahead and follow the channel, and then you'll get a little dragon.
You get the little dragons that are so cute.
So the
Sorry, they're my favorite.
So I think at this point it's just a matter of finding out when we can
actually go.
Yeah. I will go and see if I can get some assistance.
Okay. Could you, if you see like a servant, could you have them like send breakfast up from the kitchen?
I will see what they have. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
And as he walks out, you watch as he walks. He walks past the cot with Theo on it, and Theo is now like spread, like belly up, hands and legs out, tongue lolled to the side a little bit. Again, snorting even more now.
Even more, as you do.
And as walks out to go search for food.
All right.
And Sia's kind of like, so, Anna, where do you live?
Where do I live?
Like back in Ravounel, like where are you at?
I mean, we have our home in Kintargo, so the place that I had offered for you to stay at. We have that place.
But you're not in Kintargo right now, right?
No,
like,
I'm here with you.
When you go back.
Oh, honestly, I'm not really sure.
You're not sure where you were at before you came here?
No, I'm saying that we have the home in Kintargo, which we had plans to go back to, but now Az has a small estate, and if we could take care of this situation with Cuthwaldwyn, we might go back there. And there's also the fact that I have a barony, and so there is a possibility that...
So wait, you have a... Oh yeah, so you got that, and Az has an estate?
Yes, it's not a titled estate, I believe. It's through his mother, who married into a title.
So now you're both rich.
I guess technically, yes. It's I don't really see it that way though.
I mean, guess that's what happens when you kill a dragon, though, right?
Yes, I guess that's what happens when you kill a dragon.
Lich. Although I helped with that one.
I don't think I think you defeated a lich. I don't think I defeated a lich.
I was more like, if we go there tonight, like where would we be staying?
Oh, you mean like we teleport and we'll probably
like
have a tent.
What happens when we get there? Like I don't know where we're going and what's there.
I'm sorry, I thought you had meant like when all of this was over. No, when we teleport back, we'll just be teleporting to where the Ravounel forces are, and the Domina is there as well. And so,
is she pretty?
She's beautiful,
like
and she's very posh.
Gowns and
yes,
sparklies.
She's not big on the sparklies, but she's very big on very elegant. Like everything she wears is things that I would normally never wear. But she looks incredible.
Am I gonna? And she kind of pulls at her dress. That's kind of
my darling girl,
tattered a little bit from combat in the crypt.
You are going to meet probably one of the most flamboyantly wonderful people you will ever meet in your life, and Sir Michael will take care of you in every way. when it comes to dresses. And I have a feeling that you will be much more appreciative of his work than I am.
Okay. But we'll get there. And then, like, you have a place there? Like...
We have a tent. So we may all just bunk the same tent. They may give you your own with Theo.
We have a tent? Like...
Well, I mean,
like
Az and I
you
kind
and
of became...
Az have a tent?
Well, yes, but it's not like that. We don't... It's just... We're always with each other, and we kind of like... We kind of like became a unit. So whenever anyone wants one of us, we're both called.
Okay.
So it's like being soldiers in the same unit, except there's other things there.
So that's just soldiers in the same units?
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. There's other things there.
She gets kind of bashful and stuff like that. Az comes back and as he opens the door, Theo jumps up. And he puts up his hand like he's got a sword, but he doesn't have a sword in his hand.
Where is his lightsaber sword?
It's the cane's down on the ground. But
okay.
It's like,
Theo.
I'm awake.
It's fine.
Oh.
It's just Charles.
And then he just rolls back onto the car again and just splays out.
As soon as the door opens, though, Bruce kind of like gives me a look of like, can I go out?
And
I'll be like, yes, it's fine, darling. Go.
You gotta take the dog out in the morning?
Yes, of course you have to take the dog out in the morning. So I just send him on his way. I just tell him, just scratch at the door when you come back.
So Az comes in, and he comes in holding a tray, and he kind of looks at you, and he looks at Caesar. Well, some good news and some bad news that I have. We can definitely get into the teleportation circle. However, they are saying that they will want someone, a delegate, back very soon because there is another war meeting, especially the Pathfinder Society has passed along some of the information. And so there's another council being called in another day or two. And so they're going to need someone here.
So are they just gonna want us to come like right back?
They might. But we can at least get Sia and Theo set up.
Yes, I would prefer that.
The bad news...
They only had the charcuterie board?
No, they don't even have that. You do... this is a military installation, in a way. It is a fort. And so he brings up and kind of puts down, and there are boiled eggs and some gruel.
Come on! This is where the leader of the nation is.
Right now. She's not generally here. This is her. She lives in the capital.
I know, but like, you hear the pomp and circumstance of bringing a... There's always... Really? All right. I'll just eat what I can.
This is what they had right now.
All right.
So, yeah.
Okay. Then we'll just eat. We'll just have some food, and then kind of as soon as we're ready. When did they suggest that we could go, though?
This is because of the council that is happening. There are delegates from many places that are coming and going, and so they have someone stationed at the teleportation circle.
Oh, okay, perfect. So we can just go.
Yeah.
As soon as we're ready. Fantastic. Great. Then Anna is going to kind of like sit down, eat a little bit, and then begin kind of gathering the things. There's not very many. They're mostly all just stay in the bag of holding. But yes, to get together. Okay. To take.
So you all just kind of get, put your stuff together. Anna, what are you wearing?
Today, I am wearing... What did I bring?
I think you pretty much brought your...
I brought like what I have. So I think I'll probably just get dressed in my my normal leathers.
Because that was my question.
Are
you in your armor, or are you just in one of your outfits that Michael made for you?
I put the armor on.
Okay.
Like just my normal leather.
So Az will help you getting your armor on. And while Az is helping you get your armor on, Sia's kind of watching him, kind of like help you get dressed in a way.
Oh my gosh.
And just kind of like giving you the oogly eyes.
when Charles's back is turned, Anna's gonna look at Sia and just be like, "Stop it! Stop it!
Maybe you should start it."
No, stop it! Gosh.
So,
Annoying little sisters.
Theo's sitting in the corner watching this, just kind of like.
Of course he is.
But you get everything together, and then head out. Az is able to, with the help of asking a couple of the servants, which you do notice that Az seems to, on in her leathers.
Yes, boots and pants. Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants.
But you get ready, and Az has managed to garner a bit of a connection with a lot of the servants you notice as you're walking around. A lot of them are halflings. This actually, Augustana is actually one of the largest halfling populations in the world. So as kind of knowing their ways is able to really easily, he's made an impression, and so they all help give him directions and let him know where to go. He doesn't ask the guards. He asks the servants he sees running around.
Yeah.
So they direct you to the summoning circle area. And all of a sudden, you go through a bunch of halls, eventually coming to a large domed room with a, what are they called? Where there's an opening in the top.
Like a sunroof?
Yeah. Like,
sunlights?
Kind of, yeah. They called them something different in like ancient Greece and stuff like that.
The angel, or it was like the angel or devil thing.
Yeah, so there's
I know what
like
you're
the
talking
whole
about.
there in the top, letting in sunlight. And right below it is a summoning circle. That you would, not a summoning circle, sorry, a transportation circle.
Oh,
And-
yeah. The reverse of
Yes.
summoning.
And you do see there, standing in the room is a very short person with like coral green hair in a fairly flamboyant costume.
Am I supposed to know who this is?
No,
Okay.
no, just imagine if Caesar from Hunger Games
Oh my gosh.
was a gnome.
Caesar Milan.
If Caesar Milan was a gnome, is this guy?
Okay.
And he's like, hello. He has a little staff that has like little rhinestones all over it. And he's like,
my
boom.
gosh.
He's like, can I help you?
Yes, you can. Absolutely.
Have you come to see the wizard?
The Wonderful Wizard of Oz?
No. My name is Rom.
The Wonderful Wizard of Rome?
I mean, I'm pretty wonderful. Maybe you're talking about me.
No. We are here to be teleported back to the Domina of Ravounel.
Do you have permission? Boom. He's going to, just kind of taps it. And I say boom, but it's a little staff, and he's a little person that's like a tink.
Yes, we do have permission.
Papers? Bing.
I'm not giving you papers.
I need to see your identification.
I need to leave.
Do you have the passport?
I'm just going to look at Az and be like, darling,
As
will you handle this, please?
Az looks at you, he says, Anna, this is no problem. Anna, can I have your patents?
I don't have papers. What are you talking about?
Yes, you do. Your patents. We brought it with us.
Oh, well, that's different. He's asking for a passport. And I reach into the
He's like,
bag of holding and
passport,
give it back.
vaccine, status.
I will punt kick you into next week.
And Az will take the papers from you, and then in a very proper way, I present to you the Dominata Andoriana of Ravounel. We are the delegates, and he rolls out the patents, showing him, patents of nobility, and so that he's like, oh, well, of course. I imagine you're wanting to go to Ravounel.
Yes, to the Domina.
The circle, and Az kind of says, yes, and then he just, they make he's like, I can assist you with the summoning. I mean, the transportation. I know what the circle is. I have transported through it.
I can't remember the name of it. There's in SG1 chevrons. Does Az give him the chevrons
The chevrons?
of where to go?
Yes. Yes. He gives him the chevrons
Oh my gosh, yes.
for the Stargate to be transported.
Now, that would have been funny.
He's not a halfling. He's a gnome.
Who said we're halfling?
No, he says very short. He's a gnome.
Oh. Well, it works too.
And so Az kind of helps him with magical to connect to the chevrons of that transportation circle. He's like, oh, good. Get ready. Step in, please. All four.
All right, I'm going to
Five.
grab Anna's hand.
That is a big dog.
It is a big dog. He could eat you in like one bite. That wasn't a threat. I was just making conversation. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just going to turn around.
I didn't know Ravounel was so rude.
I didn't. Oh, gosh. This is why they don't make me delegates for things.
All right. Well, boom. That time it actually does make a boom because as he taps his staff to the transportation circle, you watch as the magical energies circle around, glowing around, and then suddenly the energies feel like you are being lifted, and then you Einstein-Rosen bridge. Boom.
Let's go.
Yeah, Stargate. You know, you step through the
Water.
yeah, the eye, as they call it there, and feel yourself being transported. This time, you do not feel any
good.
magical entities
I was worried.
grab a hold of the
I was worried. Okay.
teleportation. And then you suddenly find yourself teleported. Honestly, it's probably more similar to the Rainbow Bridge for Thor. Suddenly, you feel yourself dropped onto the teleportation circle there in the open field back in Ravounel.
Do we land like on our feet, or is it like?
Let's roll to find out.
Because I would like a superhero 3-point landing, please. Here we go, first dice roll of the game.
Woo woo!
That is an 8.
It's an athletics.
Oh, I thought we were just rolling.
Nope, athletics.
That is 31.
So, I'm going to ask you one question. Knowing Anna, was she holding on to Sia as she went through?
Of course she was.
Okay. So, holding on to Sia, honestly, did you guys do the whole, like, everyone holding hands?
Hey, Dooms!
Dooms! Do you do, like, everyone's holding hands
Not
thing?
everybody,
Okay.
but, like, I was just holding on to Anna. Because I know she hasn't
Sia?
Sia. I know she hasn't teleported very often.
So you teleport.
ever.
She does need your help a little bit because as she comes down, she's not sure what to do. She kind of stumbles a little bit, but grabbing a hold of your hand,
Kind of like keep her up.
she's good.
Strong.
Theo, however, Theo comes in and he comes down, just kind of plops on his butt. He's like,
Okay. Jeez.
ow.
It can be difficult.
Gets up, kind of massages.
This isn't like the first time that you guys have teleported, is it?
Yeah.
Like ever?
When would we?
I don't know. I just
Az kind of taps your shoulder. Anna, most people don't know wizards and spellcasters of the level 2 teleportation.
Okay, look, I'm not being a snob, I just am surprised.
You have privilege now.
She just reaches over really quickly and like jabs him in the arm.
And then you watch as walking up to you there, because he was waiting there at the teleportation circle, feeling the energies as they were coming, is Delta. And he's like, hello.
Hi.
Good to see you both again, Anna and Az. And you bring new friends.
Yes.
Pleasure. I am Delta.
This is my, and I turn to the side. This is my little sister Sia, and her guardian Theo.
It is my pleasure. And he reaches out his hand in a bit of a bow, very formal. And I will let Anna's sister decide what would Sia do.
I think that Sia would probably try to bow in return in a show of respect, but probably not with all that much grace because she's not practiced at it.
Would you try to take his hand because he put it out?
Oh, he put his hand out. Yes.
Okay, but with the gloves.
Mm-hmm. With the gloves
She, like-
on. She always
Like
wears
barely touch.
Mhm.
And he's like, oh. You have interesting magical energies.
those. Yes, she's...
And hello, Shuni. And then you hear him start.
she's speaking Shuni.
As he speaks in Shuni.
Oh my gosh.
And Theo looks up at him. It's like, I don't speak Shuni.
You don't speak Shuni?
I grew up with mostly people. We didn't speak it around the house.
Oh, I never would have guessed that.
Yep.
All right then.
You continue to assume things.
I do continue to assume things. I feel a little attacked at the moment.
No.
Anyway,
And so Delta's like, oh.
so Delta, I believe we have some information that we need to speak with both you and the Domina and possibly the council.
Well,
But it needs to be need to know only?
Then is it need to know soon?
Yes.
The Domina has generally stayed near her tent, with the protections around it lately, so you could find her there.
Have there been any mishaps since we left with doppelgangers or assassination
We identified
attempts?
2 more that were not as they appeared.
2 more? Wow. Were they close to the Domina? Like, could they get close to the Domina?
Could, yes. Were they, no. They were in the retinues of other houses.
Were they killed? Or did they commit suicide?
We disposed of them.
Okay. Good. All right, well, let's head to the Domina then. Unless, did you have something you were here waiting for us. I assumed just because Az reached out to you.
Well, and I needed to be here for the circle to help.
Oh!
Make sure it received.
Yep.
I monitor the magic of the area.
Yep, you do. You do that. And I am just going to go now. Thank you very much. I
Okay.
appreciate it. Thank you for...
You said I needed to know this too. Should I come?
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't know if we're actually going to get to talk to her right now. But we'll see.
He looks at Az. Looks back at you. I am confused.
Okay, that's great. Let's go.
Az kind of taps your shoulders. Anna, you are the delegate from the Domina to another country and you have returned. The first thing she's going to want to do is speak to you, Anna.
Look. All of you just think that I should just know things. But I've been a delegate for like 2, maybe 5 days. I've been royalty, sort of, for 5 days.
It's an adjustment. Okay, let's go. Come on. Yes, yeah. Sia, do you come to? And Sia starts to, you see, kind of brush her dress, and she's like, "Oh, we're going to see the Domina."
It's fine,
Now,
darling. I've shown up around her in blood. We're fine.
Oh, okay.
It's
but
all right.
You're like a fighter person. Like that's kind of expected.
I know,
isn't
it's
it?
okay. It's okay. The Domina's not like that.
Okay.
I mean, if you really feel uncomfortable, we can go to Sir Michael's first.
You lead. I'll follow.
Okay. All right. And Anna just kind of starts to move towards
And
where
Theo,
the tent
you
is.
notice Theo walks up and kind of is next to her, kind of grabs her hand, and she's kind of like
just a little reassuring.
a little reassuring there.
And I got Bruce. I'm going to send Bruce ahead really quick. Just to kind of like give the guards notice that we're coming.
And so you head towards the Dominus tent. As you go, you hear a couple cries of the Dragon Slayer. Dragon Slayer's back. My Dragon Slayer's back.
That doesn't ever go away.
Dragon Slayer's returned. Oh, that was...
I kind of wish that like people didn't know that happened.
Anna, I don't think you'll ever get away with that. I'm sorry.
I know.
And so as you continue here through the camp, eventually getting back to the Dominus, and you see there are lots of guards. There are lots of guards around this tent. There are lots of guards in the area. The camp seems to be on constant surveillance.
They're kind of on high alert.
Yeah.
All right.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. Are we going to say that's kind of cocked? It's a 19, but...
It doesn't look cocked to me.
Okay. That's 19. So 19 plus a really high number. 18.
Okay. 19 plus 18.
So
do
it's
the
a
math.
40 something.
Nope.
20, 30. Yeah. 40.
37.
It's 37? No, it's not.
That is.
Whatever. My brain, whatever. I will agree with you.
Math rocks. Sometimes they're hard.
Math rocks are hard.
So 37, you...
Pull it on my calculator.
You notice, as a military person, you know the signs of people who have been on high alert for a long time. Mm-hmm. Everyone seems a little tired. There are dark circles under a lot of the guards' eyes. You can tell that they have been on guard duty probably more than you probably would want for soldiers, which should give you an impression of how the camp has been since the assassination attempt.
Do I recognize any of them?
Not
like
really.
that I would know from having trained a little bit.
I mean, you would definitely, because a lot of the ones you trained with were the guards in the noble district. So yes, you would definitely recognize quite a few of the guards there.
Okay. I want to go to one of them that I recognize.
Okay.
And just kind of like put my hand on the shoulder really quick and just say, "You're doing well. I know it's hard." And while my hand is on him, I'm going to lay on hands and just help him feel better.
So as you, I think that your lay on hands at this point does allow you for the healing of a condition, doesn't it?
But I'm an expert.
That has nothing to do with it. Lay on hands is a spell. And I think at this level you can remove certain conditions.
Hold on, I'm trying to see. There's 36 hit points. So the target is one of your allies. They also gain +2 status bonus to AC and for 1 round.
Oh, I didn't know.
It doesn't say anything about removing a condition.
Okay. Apparently that was a feat you had to take.
Yeah, apparently it was. Yeah, this just gives him back hit points.
So
makes him feel a little bit better.
You do that heal. He feels the blisters on his feet suddenly not hurt. Mm-hmm. And that place on his back that had been just kind of aching from standing suddenly just resolves itself. He's like, "Oh, well, thank you very much. That helps. Oh, that was
good.
Oh, my back's been hurting for days with all this standing. Oh, that feels so much better."
Good. If you know anyone else that needs something,
have to camp.
You know what I mean.
I do.
Just let me know. And then I'm gonna call Bruce to me and walk in.
Baronetta.
Oh dear Lord, don't do that.
I have to do that now.
No, don't do it.
You have the title now.
I know I have a title now. You don't have to do it though.
I would just say, get us fighting. None of us want to just stand here.
I don't think that is going to be a problem. I'm pretty sure we are going to be moving very soon.
Good. Well, thank
All
you.
right. So head in to the tent.
As you come, you do see right by the tent flap, the one person that comes out kind of holds the tent open, knowing that you're coming, is Altera.
Oh, Jared.
Altero is like,
Wait, Dominic, not Jared.
No.
Dominic. Hi.
you're back. Good.
Yes.
Domino will definitely want to speak with you.
We do have some very important information.
Let us head in.
Okay.
And you
Just
go
follow.
in, and you find the Domina sitting in a big, comfy chair. She's
She's a lazy boy.
not in a lazy boy, but she is somewhat reclined. It was a bad wound. As you know, as GM, I don't personally believe you might heal the injury, but there's got to be some cost when you get gravely wounded.
Yeah.
Storyline wise, so she's got aches now in the area, even though it is healed.
Okay.
It's like the build of some scar tissue that then you've got to work out, and over a couple of days get the muscles moving properly again. So she's just kind of sitting back. You can tell a little bit of pain from where she'd been stabbed, just kind of the muscles having to work themselves out after healing.
All right.
Anna
Your Highness.
and and you've brought some guests. May I
Yes.
ask who?
Yes, while we were in the place that we were in, Augustana, thank you. You knew one of the reasons why I wanted to go there is because my sister was there. You were told.
Magdalene had mentioned it.
Yes, but we found her. This is my sister, Sia, and her guardian, Theo.
Well, it is a pleasure. And she puts out her hand in this very mothering way to a little girl. And Sia kind of looks back at you.
Go on.
And she kind of walks over and tries to do a little curtsy in her dress. And she says, well, we need to get you a new dress. It looks like you've been through some hardship.
Yes, do we have a tale to tell you?
Well, why don't you come sit? And she motions to one of the pillows next to her. For Sia, she's like, are you hungry? Sia, of course, like,
She always wants to eat. Literally.
yeah.
Always.
Yes. And so she kind of waves to a servant. She's like, please bring us some food. And she's just, no, please. And she kind of motions. There are some chairs around for people to grab. And she says, please sit. Let us discuss. How did your trip go?
It went well. Discussions with the Supreme Elect went well. We discussed what we knew at the time.
She's a hard woman.
She was fine.
Like, very, aggressive, somewhat. I imagine it would feel normal,
really,
wouldn't it not?
Yeah, I didn't really feel like she was aggressive, but I guess I could see she's very much like the people I grew up around. So, now that you say it, she could come across as abrasive if you're expecting someone that's very politically minded.
I will remind the player, you were straight up pissed leaving that conversation.
I know I was, but it was. I knew how to handle her. It's not like times where I've worked with like the Domina or other politicians where it's like, I don't know what you want.
No. Yeah. And was there anyone else there that you met with?
Yes, we did meet with the Pathfinder Society leader. He had asked us to locate someone for him. How warded is Delta with us?
Delta is with you.
Delta, are we free to talk?
Yes. I mean, are you
From
concerned?
prying eyes and scrying ears.
Well, we can always. What?
That was good! Prying eyes and scrying ears. Maybe
was.
flip that. Scrying eyes and prying ears.
There we go.
I
He
love
just kinda
that.
Waves his hand around, and you watch as suddenly there's like a dome comes around, a cone shape around all of you is formed. He says,
Show him the cone. The cone is the shiz.
cone is the shiz.
Get Smart is the best movie ever.
We need to rewatch that movie.
We do, because we quote it a lot. Okay, thank you for that. So, we met with a woman named Shimonji. We had to track her down in the middle of a crypt. She had a lich that was keeping her safe. So it was an entire thing. But two things that trip was very useful for is, one, we learned that Sia, I'm going to turn and look towards Sia, who's sitting next to her. She is an oracle of Pharasma. And in so doing, has the abilities of someone of that station. So she's very, very effective against the undead.
So and she turns to Sia. You see the future? You have visions sent by the goddess? And Sia's kind of like, sometimes. She's kind of like, wrenching her fingers and doing self-soothing stuff.
She's like feeling all awkward.
Yes, she is.
But she was able to help with that entire situation. But Shimonji is a refugee from a place. Hold on. Pulling up my notes. Rhodos. Shoot, I don't have it. Oh, no, that's not the right place.
You might have an NPC around you that you might be able to ask.
I just want to see if I wrote it down. Hashim? No. Ketipesh. I knew I wrote it down. But she's a refugee from Ketipesh. And she had information that the leadership there had made backdoor deals with Cuthwaldwin.
We are aware of that. They formed an alliance, which we found interesting.
But the piece of information that she had that was the most crucial is that the leader in Ketipesh, I don't remember his name. Do you remember?
Remembers. If Weston can... I'm thinking about it. I'm like, crap, I know this name. I've said this name so many times. And now...
That's Ovidius. Cuthwaldin agreement. I'll go through leader of Ketipesh.
Hashim al-Sahid.
Oh, yes.
Hashim al-Sahid.
Oh, yes. Oh, I have it up here. Yes. He is dead and has been dead for a very long time. And it's currently an Algothu who is puppeting.
A what?
An Algothu.
Roll me a perception check.
Delta.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh, jeez, that sucked. 27.
27. With that, you don't notice too much, except for you do notice Delta suddenly take a step back. Like, slight stumble backward
I'm just gonna turn,
at the word.
Okay, I'm going to turn to him and be like, see why we needed the silencer?
A what?
An Algothu. And we have reason to believe, because of that relationship, that Cuthwaldin is not who he says he is or has been parading as for hundreds of years. We believe he may also be an Algothu in disguise. Well, I believe it.
Who are you looking at as you say this?
I'm saying that to Delta.
Delta is definitely pauses complete, like just no, that cannot be.
They were hunting her down. There was an assassination attempt to Shimonji when we left the crypt with her. this was information they were more than willing to kill over. It gives validity to her claims.
You watch. He was standing for most of this. He grabs a chair and sits down.
I kind of like look at Az like, oh shoot.
And even with that perception check, you can tell there's a slight panic attack happening here for Delta.
Like, can I do anything to help? I don't.
Az is just like,
Okay. We delivered her to Ambassador Valson, who is the captain of the Pathfinder Society.
the venture captain.
Yes. And left her there. I believe they were convening a council to discuss this, the Supreme Elect.
Okay.
When we left, but I felt like it was very important that we get back to give you this information and also to bring the Oracle of Pharasma to a place that we know is safe.
Domina looks at Delta. It's like, Delta, I can tell you are disturbed. What is the motivation of these creatures? You seem to know. And Delta looks at you. They wish to subjugate all life. Everyone.
The kind of like world domination junkies.
They existed before the gods. They have been here and in the stars, and they have... Oh. This is disturbing, to say the least.
Well, it explains a few things. About Kuth Waldwin, about his motivations, about where he got the information to build the creatures. They're not creatures, but the automatons, where he learned to do that.
Where, what do you mean by that? Says the Domina. Where you mean where he built? I mean, wasn't this his technology?
There's no reason to think it was. I assumed when the Kedepesh connection was made that that's where they would have gotten it from.
Why? I've never been to Kedepesh. Oh no.
Because Kedepesh is more advanced that way? That's country, isn't it? Isn't that the one where it has all of the technology stuff? Oh. But that is where the automatons came from, right?
That's what she's asking you.
Well, no, I'm asking you as a GM. That is where they came from, though, right? Didn't we learn that in the last session?
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I don't have an amazing memory.
It's not that. I just don't want to give you things that, you know.
No, but I'm remembering us discussing that that's where he came. Okay, then that's where he got the information. That's where the information comes from, those types of creatures. Automatons. Monsters, really.
And as we'll jump in here, he sees Anna kind of
t-shirt.
Yeah,
I want one now.
He sees Anna kind of floundering, and he goes, "The automatons that he's using, they are actually referred to as Alum Enforcers, and are used in Kedepesh to enforce the will of the Pact Masters, and are under the control of Hashim al-Sahid."
Yes.
And they are generally just in Kedepesh. And so when we described them, Shimonji was very surprised that they were in Cheliax.
Yes. I'm trying to remember if this happened in the one shot, in the elsewhere in Cheliax, or have we seen them to see that they have been upgraded, that they look different now?
They attacked the Domina in the assassination attempt.
Okay, so yeah. Yeah, they did. Okay. Yes, it looks like either Kuth Waldwin has perfected or adjusted the design to what they look like now, but they have been evolved from what was there.
Just to again remind you, when you described the ones that you saw in the assassination attempt, those were what Alumin forces looked like.
Yeah, but I'm saying what they had that we attacked, that Az and I encountered back in Kintargo, not in Kintargo, in Enfrak, are different than what we encountered.
Okay.
So he's been evolving it.
Well, they were definitely, what attacked me here in this tent was more powerful than what we saw when he took Pesik.
So he's getting stronger. Also, Sia, with your permission?
And Sia can be like, yes?
Your dream?
Okay, yeah, so, I had a vision from Pharasma, and, they're in West Crown. That's where the bad thingies are.
So, yes. So, I mean, that confirms what we...
Yes, from what we understand, Thrun, Abigail Thrun gave West Crown to Cuthwaldwin as his base of operations.
As like a gift?
Yes. This happened a little while ago.
Asmodeus is the one that holds the contract for Cheliax, correct?
For the soul? Yes.
Uh-huh. He's definitely not happy with any of this.
You mentioned that.
Yeah, he sent me a little imp. I'm wondering if we could send some type of message to Asmodeus and get the contract with Cheliax. Basically get Thrun in trouble with Asmodeus.
Okay.
Because he is supposed to have the soul of the nation, which I'm assuming would have in some part to play with the citizens of that country.
I would imagine so. If you're looking for a Asmodean, I mean, we have some in camp. You are well aware of that.
Well, I know that. It's not that. It's not a religious thing. It's I don't want to pray to him. Like, I want to give the only experience I have had is with an imp who came to me directly. And I'm just wondering if we could send a message that same kind of way and let him know. Well, if he doesn't already know.
I mean, generally the way you would speak with a deity is one of two ways. You would pray or you would summon a creature.
Yeah.
And as I said, we have individuals here within the camp that have a connection with Asmodeus.
Okay, then let's do that.
Oh, okay. Anna, you know all of them. Actually, you have a better relationship than I do.
It was more like an idea. Do you guys think?
I think
that would be something that would work, or
I mean,
is it a stupid idea from a stupid girl?
Anna, contacting Asmodeus wouldn't be my first choice. There are, as you know, we have dealt with issues from, Asmodeus and his church for a long time. So, am I anxious to make that contact? No. But from what you've said, he has already made it aware that he is not happy.
Just wondering if we could get Thrun to withdraw her support. half, if not all, of her power comes from Asmodeus
Well, that would
and
be
the deal and contract that she made.
that if we could get... I mean, that could help. At the moment, Thrun and her demonic forces do not seem to be involved in the conflict at all.
Except for gifting him an entire city.
Well, yes, but she is not actually getting involved.
Okay.
It's almost
So
like
it's just that's kind of a dead end idea then.
It's almost like she has decided to give over to him, which I don't understand. I don't understand anything about the way that he is engaging there. And Delta will kind of chime in at this point, like, if what you say, Anna, is right, and he is... And I'll go through.
Yes.
They do not... How do you say? They don't make deals with humans.
Okay.
Humans are so far beneath them, they would never make a deal with a human.
So what, you think he brainwashed her?
They would control them.
So you think he brainwashed her?
If what you say, I do not doubt you, but I'm hesitant to believe that. That would be their, how would you say it? M.O.?
Oh, the modus operandi?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if that's to be agreed upon in that regard, that's the way that they do things, then getting her in trouble with Asmodeus would do nothing. She more than likely has no idea why she did it, or if she even did it at all.
But if she is not in her... What's the problem with my camera?
Michael.
Oh, is he shaking?
Our 10-year-old is awake above us right now. He's shaking your camera.
If she is not in control, then she cannot fulfill the contract.
It's true, but the question is, was she just not in control in that moment? Or is she a perpetual puppet?
That would be a very good question to ask.
I have no idea how we'd find that out. Unless you have spies within the Thrun court.
I don't, but you brought up a very good point. If we wanted information.
Scrying eyes.
I don't know if we could scry there. But what are always around Thrun?
Demons. They do like to talk.
And we have Leto.
Do you think he'd want to do that, though? I mean, that's kind of like a... I guess we can ask him.
I don't know if Anna remembers this, but when you first told Leto that an imp had come to you, he immediately summoned an imp to talk to.
I do remember that.
So,
The not Joe Pesci one.
yeah, not Joe Pesci one.
Yes, that's actually quite a good idea. Wouldn't we do that? And then we can find out if she's being puppeted at the moment.
So that could give us information, and maybe, like you said, withdraw his support, or even help resubjugate the city in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Because if Thrun is not in her own mind, then he does not have control over Cheliax, which would violate his contract, which you know he's all about.
Yes, he would be even more upset with the situation. So if we can do that, then at least I know it might cause trouble for Cuthwaldwin on an additional front if there are forces acting against him from a different direction as well. So I guess I will go find Leto as soon as we are out here, or if we could summon him, send one of the guards to go get him.
Send one. And you do, and Delta say, I will bring down the...
Oh wait, first, are we done talking about all of this?
I think from now on, we will not refer to the exact nature of Kuthwaldman as now I'll go through. We can continue, though, to talk about opposing Kuthwaldman, because that's what we've been talking about anyway. It will not bring any undue attention.
Is there any way that we could, create, an amulet or something that would always constantly prevent that within, a 5-foot radius around you or something?
Delta? And he's like, I could see what I could work with.
So
that would possibly help me.
That would be incredibly useful. The delegate... I mean, not the delegate. I'm the delegate.
Yes.
The Supreme Elect may request another meeting because of all of the information. So don't be surprised if that comes through, because she wants to meet. Okay. She wants to meet with her war council.
Okay. Well, I will send we will contact and see if we can get more information.
All right. Sounds good.
And then she says, well, let's bring this down. And she motions, and there's been someone standing there with food, but they couldn't come through the barrier. They couldn't hear through the barrier to come in.
Oh, now I feel kind of bad.
And so as she drops that, suddenly they bring forth, and they've got some... what they've brought are some sandwiches. They got hot baguettes with some very much in
butter and the really, really finely sliced meats.
Yes.
And it's the French style, which means that they use really yummy yeast, and it tastes so good, and my mouth is watering. I'm hungry.
Yeah, all that happens.
I want Jimmy John's now. Can I order Jimmy John's on my phone and have it delivered?
It'd be freaky fast.
No, we figured out we're just out of range.
Yeah, just out of range.
Oh, we're you guys, we're we're a quarter of a mile out of range of our local Jimmy John's, which is super obnoxious.
So they bring the food, and then she does say, Anna, I know that you have certain style requirements. But it seems that Sia could use some new clothes.
Oh, of course. Trust me. Going to Sir Michael will be our next moment.
Yes, he would do a wonderful job. I mean, she's about the same size as his daughter.
Is she?
Yeah,
oh.
Because his daughter was a little bit was shorter than you and very petite.
And she's younger. She's 14.
Yep.
Perfect. I'm sure he will be able to whip something up quickly. I mean, Sir Michael is...
He is wonderful.
Incredible.
So one thing that we are saying, though, is this sounds like not a conflict we can wait out.
I don't think so.
Because it will eventually turn to us.
Yes. From the beginning... I did not believe that this was just his goal. He said to the council at Citadel Interact that it was he wanted to wage war between the demons and the devils and solve that problem. It was a
wonderful story to tell the Hell Knights to get them on board.
Yes, and then eventually it sounds like people wised up and he just started brainwashing them. So... it's going to be an eventual... I don't believe it's just
If their desire is to dominate, then they will always attempt to dominate more. And stopping it now is better than waiting. Because if this was Thrune, we are protected by the contract.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's not Thrune, if it has nothing to do with Osmodius or the contract at all, we have no protection.
And honestly, I don't think it matters one way or the other. I think this fight is going to come to your doorstep no matter what. Right now, he's at West Crown, which means he's most likely going east.
Well, he is at West Crown, but we understand his forces, and he has generals all over, because he pretty much took over all the Hell Knight organizations, and he has all of his automatons. So while he might be in West Crown, which is where his seat of power is, the war front is happening on the Andoran border right now.
Yes.
They have forces stationed at our border, and they have increased the number at our border, but they have not made aggressive action yet.
There's no overtures.
Not yet.
Do we know who... Have we spoken with the Hell Knights in camp at the moment to discuss with them if we know who is in charge of...
I have not.
Just wondering if they're people that we might know, if we could speak with them.
I would remind you that anyone that's most likely he's put in charge, based on the information we have, they are either in complete alignment or are not in their right.
Yes, so we just take them out. Because I can guarantee you the Hell Knights as a whole are not interested in what he's doing. And if they know the truth, most of them will be like those Hell Knights we brought back.
From my experience, these Hell Knights are better. They'd fit better in the Torrent than they would have in the... where they've been. Anna, you have definitely made me believe that there can be good Hell Knights, but I still think you are optimistic.
I am optimistic. However, he is breaking law.
No, he is not.
Yes, he is.
How?
He's breaking the law in terms of the contract with Asmodeus.
House Thrune has made pronouncements that he acts with her power. The Chelish government has backed him, even though Thrune and her general attitude of sending demonic forces have not engaged. But her support has been given. And in my experience, that's all Hell Knights care about. Is who can they make an excuse to grind under their boots.
Something like that. Not all of them, though.
If you...
All right.
I mean, if you can work something because you know them and you have insight I do not, please. This is why we need you.
It sounds like your spies have been pretty thorough with finding out who's on the other side of the border.
But we don't know the Hell Knights. You do.
Yeah.
So.
Well, what do you want?
Right now, I will reach out to the Supreme Elect, and we will discuss. And then most likely they will call another council. They know this now, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
This information?
Yes, they do.
They will call another meeting, and we will decide what we do. Because none of us are powerful enough on our own to completely fight back. But together, maybe.
Have you heard from any of the other bordering countries?
Not at this moment, but we will see.
Right.
I mean, Nadal is not going to do anything.
No, of course Nadal won't.
But maybe the dwarves.
They might.
Well, you are tired. Let us see if we can get Sia here some new dresses.
Yes, absolutely. I will, yes. Whenever Leto shows up, I guess we did call for him, didn't we?
Yes, actually, he should be. And as you're talking, Leto just kind of like, I am here, actually.
Oh, hi. Favor to
Yes.
ask. Can you call an imp or summon an imp to take a message to Asmodeus?
What are you wanting, Anna?
I want to let him know that the one that holds the contract for the soul of Cheliax is currently being brainwashed and puppeted by a thing that could possibly do those things.
Well, Anna, you do understand he's a god. I imagine if something's wrong, he would know. Do you want me to? Are we wanting to find out? See if we can get some information of what the other side knows?
Sure. We just want to make sure that he understands that the contract with Cheliax is currently at risk.
Contract is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it's not hard to summon and see if we can get some information. Come to the Hell Knight camp. I have my all of my supplies there, and we'll see what we can find out.
Okay.
Do you want to come now? Or?
I need to drop. I need to run an errand, and then I will come.
Okay. Well, let me know. I will be there.
Okay. All right. And at that, I stand up and kind of brush my hands off and kind of reach for Sia. Or look at Sia, not reach for her, but I'll just kind of look at Sia like, time to go.
And you watch. Sia's looking up at Leto and kind of like,
Oh, dear. No.
he's pretty.
No.
Not as pretty as us, but he's pretty.
No.
You know lots of pretty boys.
Stop
She's
talking.
whispering to you, like it's,
Stop
it's very-
talking. Yes.
And so then you head to Sir Michael's.
Yes.
Head out of town, and you do see like Sir Michael's. As you get out of the main camp area here to where the camp followers are, you see he's got his dressing room tents set up.
Like those pop-up tents that you see at like
Yes.
soccer games and stuff.
Yeah, and you know he's
And like
got,
on the beach.
You can tell he's still. There are a lot of nobility here, and they're still wanting their comforts and their luxuries. And so he calls and he sees you coming. Anna, it is good to see you.
Hello, Sir Michael. Mwah.
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 The outfit is good.
Of course it's good. This is my armor. This protects me, keeps me safe.
Yes, but
However,
you're wearing my boots.
yes, I am. I am. And they're wonderful. I have a present for you.
Oh, really?
What would you say about having a smaller sized me that actually wants to play dress up?
What do
They kind of like usher Sia just from around me and be like, this is my little sister.
Really?
This is Sia. She is more than excited about the possibility of having a few new gowns, possibly a traveling gown and some like a leisurely at camp kind of thing. We came here, they have very little, so I will pay for whatever is necessary. But do you think you could be a doll and
Of course, you see my life. I do whatever I need for. Oh, let me see. Oh, darling. Oh, this is. Oh. Okay, I will make some things. Your complexion is different than Anna's.
That
and
is true. She's
there-
not.
the same colors will not work. I will come up with something. But I have something that I can do right now. I have one of. Dang it! I cannot remember his daughter's name. That was your season,
Sophie.
Sophie. I have one of Sophie's dresses. that we brought as a display item. And
Oh.
I think you're about the same size. So let me see.
Perfect.
And he
That's
goes,
perfect. Oh, darling, you would love you would love Sophie.
and he grabs and pulls her down a violet. It's like a violet dress. He's like, this wouldn't have worked with your skin color.
No. Well, I mean, violet looks very good against red hair, though.
yes, but the
the
skin,
lavender-
it's like
Yeah, no, I get it.
the hue it's too close.
Yes. No.
But for you, this would look perfect. And so he takes her over to one of the fitting tents, and then really quickly she comes out and she like wearing this dress, and she's like, oh, "It's pretty." And she has a little spin, it makes the dress kind of go out. And
It's beautiful, darling. You look wonderful.
it is a little off, but close enough, at least for the moment, until I can make her something for her. And I will get you a spread for her, because yes, we cannot have her. And he takes her. He's like, "Do you want it back?" And he's kind of like pinching it.
I get some offensive article of clothing.
And she's like, "Thank you." And she kind of grabs it and pulls it up. It's like, well, we will get you some additional clothing, of course. Will they be staying with you?
You know what? Regardless, just send it to my tent.
Will do. Okay, I will put the order in.
Thank you. Thank you so much, darling.
Of course, I've got.
Mwah, mwah.
I, of course, will always take care of you.
Absolutely. All right, let's go. Let's head back to our tent. My tent. The tent.
So you head back, and you'll remember from Magdalene left. So there is space. There's actually quite a bit of space in your tent.
Yeah.
So there are some
Because she
additional
left because she wanted to give us alone time.
She did. So there is there's open space. There are some additional cots there that they can use. They brought the little bit that they had.
All right. So this is our tent, and this is a normal tent. There's we had another person that was staying here with us who has looks like she's kind of like really moved on. I wonder if she's still here in camp or if she's left.
I imagine so. Sorry, wrong accent. I imagine so. I don't think she would leave the conflict.
I don't think so either. But anyway, this is a place that you can stay, and we can get another cot for Theo.
No, there are 4 cots. There's
there
2
were
additional cots.
There were 4. Okay. Then there you go. This is perfect. So this is our tent.
Okay. Oh, all right. So I will and I'll get, I guess, some more clothes and stuff like that. So okay. And where are you gonna go now? What are you gonna do?
I apparently am going to go summon an imp.
I'll stay here.
Yes, I kind of figured you would like to stay here.
Yeah, I don't think I want to do that.
They're interesting creatures. That I understand. I will come back shortly and try and rest, take a nap.
Yeah.
I know teleportation can be
Well, and I'm
exhausting.
still tired from the other day.
Oh,
I'm still
yes.
drained a little from that. So
Yes, please rest as much as you possibly
I'll
can.
get some rest.
I will leave Bruce here for you,
Oh, okay.
and he can alert me if anything happens, if you need me for anything.
I'll be fine. You don't need to worry.
I
I'm in
know,
the middle of a camp.
I know.
That all of them think that you're awesome and call you Dragon Slayer.
These things are true. But yes, I'll just leave Bruce here for you, with you.
Okay.
Okay. Right. So then I am going to head out of the tent. But as soon as we are walking away, I'm going to locate the closest guard. And I am going to say, soldier.
Yes.
What's your name?
My name, lady. If my computer will wake up real quick. My name is Bruin.
Brun. I need you to stand guard at that door for that tent.
What am I guarding?
What?
What am I guarding?
You're guarding my little sister.
Of course. Beretta.
When we return, you will be relieved.
Of course, I will guard the sister of the Dragon Slayer. And he goes and kind of stands outside the tent.
All right. Shall we go to Leto?
Let us go see what the Hell Knights have to say.
Yes.
But first, we're going to take a 5-minute break.
5-minute break!
I can go to the bathroom. So we'll be back in 5 minutes to continue the story. And in the meantime, watch this knight chasing a dragon.
It's cute.
Sorry about that. Took me a minute longer than I had expected. So we are back.
And in a completely unrelated note, did you guys see the Indy 5 movie trailer that just dropped?
5?
Yep. It deals with time travel. Ooh. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. The prediction is that Indy gets left in the past.
It's Indiana Jones meets Back to the Future.
Uh-huh.
Oh my good. I don't know how
There's
to feel
a
about
lot
that.
of people who are not happy about it.
I don't know how I feel about that.
On the interwebs. Anyway, I just saw a random hashtag that I was like, what is that? And then saw lots of fanboys very unhappy about that.
Right.
Anyway, we're going to Leto.
Let's go to... So, you are now leaving your tent, and you're heading out to go see the Hell Knights. So, you know the area for the camp because you've been there a couple of times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just going to head over to go see my friends.
So as you head across the camp area, you are acquainted with where their area is at, and as you get close, you still see there's still some guards posted around. But inside, as you walk into the tent area where they are at, you come in to find the Hell Knights all centered around the circle, and in the middle of the circle are 2 Hell Knights just going at it. And the group around are just cheering and heckling and stuff like that, as 2 of them are in the middle sparring.
Where is Stella?
Stella is in the middle.
Oh, good. Good night. All right.
Tiber sees you come in, and it's kind of like, "Hi, Stella. I'm sorry, Anna. Goodness, Stella's in there. Do you want to put some money on this?"
No, I don't want to put money on my best friend, even though I know she'll win. I guess we'll just wait a minute. I'm actually here to see Leto. Do you know where he is?
Oh yeah, he got. Are you the one that called him a little earlier?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, over here.
All right, I will follow.
And he kind of takes you along and you see get to this tent. It's a larger tent. Mm-hmm. Larger than some of the other ones. You question how he negotiated that. With what appears to be some nice... There's some luxuries that have been added here.
Love, no matter where this man is, he just gets people to do things.
And he's like, "Leto, Andoran is here to see you. Andoran, take care of him."
I will. As Tiber begins to walk away, I am going to just kind of say 3 gold on Stella.
All right, that's what you need. I'll hold on to this, and if you win, although I have to say the odds are in her favor, and you won't win much.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Well, of course they are. I mean, of course they are. Okay. Well, that's just still 3 gold. It's fine. All right. Thank you. Kind of knock on the tent pole. Like, Leto, are you in there?
Andoran. Yes, coming. I'll come out because I set up the circle, and he comes out a moment later, wearing. You notice he put on some more paraphernalia of the Church of Asmodeus.
Are you trying to suck up?
I am trying to create the right impression.
So you're trying to suck up?
Always with the worst possible light from you.
It's not the worst possible light. It's just it cuts through the BS and gets straight to what's actually happening.
And that is what I'm trying to do. They see me like, "Oh, you're cool," then I don't have to worry about things.
I understand.
I spend less time convincing them that I'm on their side.
I understand.
Well, come over here. And he shows you where he has laid out a summoning circle.
Okay.
And he's
Wait, are we inside the tent?
No, you're right outside the tent.
Right outside. Okay.
So he's taken an area and drawn out with chalk dust and stuff like that, an area with a summoning circle. And he's like, "Well, what exactly are we wanting to ask this
We want to know if Asmodeus knows that that Thrune is currently compromised. And in so doing, has compromised the contract of Cheliax to Asmodeus.
So you think that we've talked about how a lot of those around Cuthbaldwin are not in their right minds. You think that he got to Thrune?
Absolutely.
Well, that is worth asking. So he sits there and then he, does his magical words and
His thing.
And you watch as the summoning circle lights up and glows, and then suddenly, there in the middle of the summoning circle, you see a imp flying, red-skinned, of course, with its pointy tail, and it flaps from it and lands down. Oh, Leto. So, you got... Oh. He turns and looks at you. Boss been wanting to talk to you.
How do you know me?
Do you remember me? Came to your little housey thing. My boss sent me.
Oh, you were the one who came to my dream.
Yeah.
Well, that's an interesting coincidence.
Well, so the boss wanted to, he's kind of... Your boss and my boss were both kind of on the same side in this one.
I know, it's weird.
So what you need from me?
I need to know what Asmodeus knows about what's happening.
Well, he knows everything.
Oh,
I mean, he's the boss.
Yes, thank you very much for that very astute observation. We want to make sure that he knows about...
Hold on a second, lady. Hold on a second, lady. It's one thing when my boss sends me to you, but he summoned me. So there are rules here. So he turns to Leto, and he's like, kind of puts a, "Oh, great and summoning one, how can I serve?
Oh my gosh.
Let me out of here. Oh, I hate being summoned. What do we need to do here?" And Leto is kind of like looking at you, looking at that engagement. He's like, "Servant, we are interested to know if your master, let me finish, is Her Highness, the reigning Abigail Thrune, in control of Cheliax?" And he's like, yes, legally she's in control. Is she in control of her own decisions at this time? There seems to be some concern in her ability to make decisions. And that has my boss really concerned. My boss ain't happy about that because she follows my boss. And if someone think of it this way, you got say you got a job or you got platoon, right? Mm-hmm. And one of your guys seems to maybe be fighting for someone else right now. Don't make you happy none.
No, we wanted to make sure that he understood that was what's happening.
Oh, he understands lots of things. Why do you think I'm doing this whole thing? But we gotta keep it gotta keep it on the deal low.
So what's Asmodeus going to do about it?
You'll find help soon.
That does not reassure me.
Trust me, you'll find help soon. We got you. Well, we worked out a deal he worked out a deal with your lady, and we got something. So don't you worry.
What? Wait. Asmodeus has been to speak with Phrasma.
They've all been talking, lady.
Okay.
But he is the most involved, and then she's involved because, what they're doing with the peoples and the...
Yes, no, of course. I mean, that's always... Yes.
So they're the most directly involved, but I think everybody up there's talking.
Okay, what manner is this assistance going to come as?
I would give away the surprise then.
I don't like surprises.
Yes. Sorry, Chiquita. So, thanks a lot. I believe it's Leto, baby. Thank you a lot. Peace. And he just poofs out.
All right then. So...
Well, that was a colorful one.
Yes, he's the same one that came to me in my dream.
So he... I mean, imps aren't high-ranking, but as far as imps go, he's connected.
Yes.
Well,
Seems to be a
could be
favorite
worse.
messenger. So, he knows.
One
That's
thing
good.
to remember, Anna.
What?
Asmodeus, although I know he does not quite fit you, he is lawful. If they said that there's help coming, they can't lie.
I know.
These are devils, not demons.
Yep. No, it's true.
So
All right.
I think at least you don't have to worry about Thrune, her normal methods in this fight.
Yeah.
In all truth, it sounds like we need to rescue her.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
You might not. We will.
That's more likely to happen. I thank you for doing that and double checking for me.
It helps us too, because like I said, this means I know where we need to go and where we need to focus. This is not just your fight. They took my country.
I know.
I heard you went to Andoran.
Yes, we did, and it was quite an interesting and colourful place with crypts and assassins and oracles, and
It's a city.
it's kind of like the same here.
So they're in this fight.
Oh yes, Andoran is fully engaged at this moment.
Well, we need to stop waiting and start attacking.
Well, the hard part is if we attack and we don't know what we're actually getting into.
Information is essential.
We need to know.
I will see what other information I can glean with the other signifiers, because there are a lot of devils in Cheliax. And if they are not in Asmodeus' favor, they can talk.
True.
I will do what I can.
Yes, if we could get specifics, that would be much better. Because then we can actually know where to send our troops. And
Anywhere in particular?
Well, not Watercrest. I forgot the name of the city. West Crown. West Crown specifically. We need to know what's happening there.
That's what she gave that city to Kuthwaldwin as his base, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
I'll get you what I can.
Right. Thank you, Leto.
Make sure you say hi to Stella before you go, or she'll be mad.
I have to go cash in on a bet that I most likely won nothing for. But thank you.
Good day.
I'm going to get up and kind of start heading back to the main tent.
You walk over to the main area, and you do notice that the circle there's a new group in the middle.
Oh, okay. So like that one finished.
That one finished. So Stella's sitting there on the side, kind of wiping off herself a little bit. And then Tiber walks up to you and says, well, it's not a ton, but here's your winnings. And he drops 4 gold in your hand.
What I mean, it's not bad.
It's not bad, no. It's something, right? Well, you went with the sure thing, and so that's what everyone else was going for, too.
Of course I am going to go for the sure thing. I would never not go for the sure thing.
And Stella's like, good thing you bet on me.
Well, of course.
You want to jump in, Anna?
No.
Show us what you're made of, Stella?
Nope. Not today.
She looks at Tiber. She's gone soft.
I have not gone soft.
She's been gone from the Hell Knights way too long.
No, I've only been gone for like 4 months. It's not that long. I am now a baroness.
I know, you're all hoity-toity now.
I know. I don't like it.
You gonna start wearing dresses?
No. No. Not unless absolutely required. So like at state functions. But from what I understand, it's more of it's like a pity give. It's a pity thing. Oh, thank you so much for the follow.
Yay!
I can't even with that name. I have no idea. That's nice. Okay.
Yep.
The state function things, I'll be dressed.
I never thought you'd be dealing with that type of stuff.
It was kind of, from what I understand, there was more of a charity. Not even a charity. It's like they had to send a delegate, but the delegate needed to be of a higher standing in the court. And so they gave me literally a pile of rubble is my barony.
Where?
It's the pass. I don't know where my map is. Where the Hell's Rebels destroyed the pass and all of the things and...
What are the Hell's Rebels?
The things.
That's the name of the adventure path, not the group.
I don't remember the name. The silver... No, not the Silver Torrent. The Silver Sneakers.
What? The Silver Sneakers?
Something like that. I don't remember their names. But it was the old pass between Ravounel and Cheliax. And it was destroyed. And that's what they gave me.
Menador?
Yes. Menador Pass.
Oh, they give you... Yeah, it's Rebel.
It is literally a throwaway.
They kind of shut the pass down.
Yeah, it's not something that... You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they gave me a working scenario. Yes.
So
How are you?
I'm good. I mean... Well, it's because we can be here. We're itching for a fight, if you can't notice.
I know.
Trying to keep the
starting to fight with each other.
Well, we gotta spar. What do we do every day?
I don't know. Speaking of, what do you think about what's happening?
I think we need to get into Cheliax and we need to bust some heads.
Okay. What side of Cheliax?
What do you mean?
Well, there's this side near us, and then there's the other side by Andoran.
Well, we're on this side right now, so this side's good as any, and Frack's on this side.
That's true. Would you be interested at all in coming to Andoran, the front in Andoran?
What?
I was just wondering.
I mean, we'll fight on the front, but we've got a front here that we can fight on.
Yeah. Do you think there's any way we could convince your comrades
to do what?
To back off?
Not the ones. Anna, they imprisoned us because we told them that this wasn't.
I know. I'm just wondering if there are others that might feel the same.
All the ones that felt the same, at least where we were at in this border, they're all here. Or dead. Or brain wiped.
Yeah. Really hoping that's not permanent. Well, I think
let's go punt that gnome and we'll find out.
I am very, very interested in punting the gnome. Like, very interested. So, I'm game with that one. But I think you'll probably get your desire for a fight sooner rather than later.
Well, good, because we're ready for it. We're itching for it.
All right. Well, let's get back to Sia.
All right. Well, again, if you want to jump in, make sure you haven't gone dull.
I have not gone dull.
Then you can come jump in the ring anytime.
All right. Sounds good. I'll talk to you later.
Anytime. You know where to find me.
It's true. All right. I'm going to head now.
All right. So you head back to Sia. She's resting. there in the tent. Is there anything else you want to do?
I think I want to grab Az and kind of just like take his hand and be like, go for a walk.
Of course.
You've been very quiet through all this.
Honestly, there hasn't been much to say. You've kind of taken charge, and you have been put in this situation. The Hell Knights are your people, not mine.
I know.
However, I am going to. I do plan on making some contact with, of course, Magdalene, and seeing if there's anything else that is there. Any more information that I can gather. Here, Anna, here's my question for you. They're going to have this council. Do you want to be part of the decisions or not? Because I can't tell if you want to.
Honestly, at this point, I just feel like I'm running around with a chicken, or like a chicken with a head cut off. Like, it's not... Every suggestion I have seems to be pointless.
Why do you say that?
I was just like talking to the imp and discussing that. I mean, obviously Osmodeus knew, and so...
But now we know that he knows. So now we can use that information, Anna.
Use it how?
Because we know we don't have to worry about an army of devils coming down on us if we attack.
I guess that's true. I never really thought that was going to happen anyway, considering he had come to me.
That's what happened when the Glorious Reclamation tried to take West Crown.
Really?
Thrun opened up a portal, and demons or devils rained out of it. Yes, Anna.
I did not know that.
It is how Thrun won her throne. Is because as a bargain, she has an army of devils at her command whenever she wants it. But if she doesn't have that army, her military strength is greatly lessened.
That's very true.
It is not nothing, Anna. I don't think you always know the effect of what you're doing.
Yeah. It's just...
We now have an ally in Andoran who understand that this is not going to end. They now know and have information that they can convince other nations that this will affect them. This is not going to be limited to Andoran, which means they will be able to possibly get them involved, which means then we have more allies in the fight.
Yeah, the more that we can get on our side, it just... I don't know. I just don't feel like I'm actually doing anything. I mean, bringing Sia back here was my number one, absolute, had to happen. Getting her to be a part of what we're doing isn't necessarily something I wanted to have happen, but it's something she wanted.
Anna, you are not a planner. And so you are, if you want running straight at it and swinging your sword, you think you are doing nothing. This is organizational work, though. This is needed. This is what allows a fight to win, is information, allies, and forces.
No.
So, this is why I ask. They're going to have that meeting. I think you should be there.
I mean, what can I really contribute, though? I mean, they've got Shimonji there, who has all the information.
Yes, but they need someone who will help push them to the fight. We cannot just sit back and wait and see and defend.
Yes.
At this point, both Pharasma and Osmodeus have chosen you.
Yeah, it's true.
That is not a small thing.
No, it's not.
So I would... They have their reasons.
All right. I don't know. I felt like I was so focused on one thing, and then that was basically getting Sia to a place of safety, and now it just feels lackluster.
What? You don't care about Cuthwaldwin anymore? Do you want to just take Sia and run away to the other side of the world?
No. I was just so focused on that because that's her. Like, she's my family.
And
I mean, you're my family too.
And
but
what will happen if Cuthwaldwin wins? To Sia.
Everything's falling apart. Would fall apart.
And what of all the souls in Cheliax? I think you lost sight of that, Anna.
Possibly. I would like someone to just tell me what to do. Being in charge is hard, and it's not something that I am used to doing. And it's strange for me to have these leaders basically asking me, well, what do we do? And I'm like, I don't know. You're the one that's in charge. You could figure it out.
You're the one picked by a goddess. They see that as a level of authority, Anna.
Can I be unpicked by the goddess?
Unfortunately not. You picked the wrong goddess. You see, my god doesn't care
Yes.
about anything. So
I know.
get to
He
avoid
basically
that.
just gives you power and it says, go have fun.
He says, you seem interesting. Let's see what you do.
Right.
Think of it more like a lab rat. You're interesting. Let's see how you run the maze.
Oh, man. Yeah. So that's all. That's where I am at right now. I think I'm just tired.
Get some rest. Let's see what they say.
All right.
Come on.
Okay.
Get
I'm
some
just going to
rest.
kind of wrap into him for just a minute.
Here's what you do. We go back. Kind of gives you a hug. We go back. I get someone. These are soldiers. Someone's got some knuckle bones or some cards, and we play some games with Sia, and then go to sleep.
I really like that idea.
And I will get us some more food.
Yes. Well,
Always more food.
Oh, well, for her, for sure.
She's healing, constantly healing. So
I know.
she needs nutrients.
I'm beginning to realize how deeply affected she is by...
But she handles it well.
She does. She handles it better than any other 16-year-old I know. She does seem like she's missed things, though.
I don't think so. You've missed things. Everyone misses things. It's what we do with those that we do get.
All right, mister, I'm going to drop truth wisdom on you.
Boom! The old wise man here
Mm-hmm.
will
You
drop
reach
these
up
two
and touch your beard. Just be like, yes, very old. I think I see some grey in there.
It's all white.
No, I'm pretty sure that one right there. I'm pretty sure that one's
He
grey.
just turns around and walks away.
I just kind of run after him and just put my hand through his or into his, and then I'm just gonna go together.
All right. So you go back, you play some games, you sleep.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, I will say that just kind of you guys kind of met, play around with Sia, show her different things and things like that.
Introduce her to Stella and
Yeah.
Tiber and.
Oh, so you do bring her to the Hell Knights?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna. They're my family, so just take her over and just introduce them real quickly.
Okay. And they try and have her hold a sword and kind of be like,
She's just goes poof, poof,
yeah, pretty much.
straight into the ground.
Pretty much. You do get, though, later in the day, you do have a messenger come to you. The Domina has sent a message. She needs to speak with you.
Oh. All right, yeah. Bruce, stay. Okay, I'll be there in just a moment.
And as you do that, Theo just look at you and goes, "You do know I stay with her."
No, I know.
Right?
I know. This is
I
not.
stayed with her for years before you came
This
back.
is not a thing on you, Theo. This is my personal reassurance.
Just want to say.
Is Az coming? Or is
Yeah,
he
Az
staying?
comes with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then we'll go together.
So you head back to the camp. To Domina's tent. And as you do, the Domina brings you in. Well, they have reached out, and there is another council that they wish to hold as soon as possible.
Yeah.
They have passed along the information that you gathered. And there are some who, if they've been able to gather that before, were reticent to join the fight. So we are... I am well enough to travel there, and I think I need to be there.
Are you sure?
Yes, She kind of stretches her back a little bit. She's like, I am well, and this is definitely one that needs to be, but if you were the one that went there originally, they do know you.
No, I know they'll want me to come back. I figured I'd have to go back. We need to bring, however, I would feel more comfortable if we brought an entire retinue.
Why?
Because you are the Domina?
Well, I would definitely be bringing my guards.
How many of your personal guard are you going to bring?
Well, you would be considered part of my retinue.
Okay.
As would Az, and then Dominic Altero, and then 2 guards. And let's be honest, Anna, you're probably worth 5 of my guards or more in a fight.
I would not say that. Others would say that about me, but I would not say that.
So, I think that I will be well protected then.
All right. Okay. When did you want to depart?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Okay. Yep, that'll work.
Okay.
It's not like we're doing anything else. I know that the Hell Knights and many of the guard are... The soldiers are getting restless.
They're ready for a fight. And I imagine that this will tell us what's happening with the fight.
Well, at least if it's happening over there, or if we just started over here.
Roll me a perception check. That wasn't a roll. That was like a weird little roll.
I know, it like jumped against everybody. Hold on. Natural 20.
Oh, geez. You can tell she definitely had a reaction when you said, oh, at least the fighting's over there. Like, she was like,
No, but they'll fight over here. If we don't take them over there to fight, they're going to just start fights over here. That's what I meant.
Oh, okay. Well, we will, again, discuss this. We will bring together all of the rulers and we will decide what we do about Cheliax. Always the problem, Cheliax.
They really are. Always. Can we just, like, accidentally start a war with Nadal at the same time and then, like, take them both out?
I don't think we could handle a war with both of them, Mama. We can barely handle this war with Cheliax right now.
What about if we got Taldor involved? I mean, I'm just...
Taldor is, at the moment, I think, too far separated, but there are others.
Right.
The dwarves, for one. And the pirates.
Do you want to trust the pirates?
The pirates...
Of Penzance?
No. Of where?
It's a small island off of the south coast. It's not a big deal.
I have never heard of this. I've been trained in geography my entire life, and I have never heard.
It's a very small island. Like
No,
very
but
small.
the Pirate Council have struggled with Cheliax quite often because they don't follow the rules. They have a trade with Vaya, and Vaya trades with us.
Mm-hmm.
So while they are not normally our allies against Thrun, I mean specifically, their most popular captain, Tessa Fairwind, has a personal vendetta with Abigail Thrun.
That's good to know.
So we are seeing what allies we can gather, and your information has definitely tipped the scales for some who were staying out of the conflict.
What about the Council of Peers?
What about them?
I mean, it's the Council of Ravounel's magical creatures.
We've already declared war on her. It's simply a question of, do we attack? Do we wait? How do we attack? And who's with us? And what can we actually do?
So we have the backing of the magical creatures to do all of that?
We have the Council of Peers we have met.
Right. Well, I mean, it'll be formidable force. Just depends on...
We will see. We are a small nation. We will see what the other nations bring.
Yes. All right.
Well, so get good rest. I would advise, with the nature of this, wear your armor, but get it buffed. Make it gleam. We want to have a good impression.
What's wrong with my armor?
Anna, it could use waxing.
All right, I'll take it to the cleaners. Like, do they even have those here?
Armor, yeah. I mean, the quartermaster takes care of all the armor.
All right,
or you can take it to Tiber.
I'll just take it to Tiber. I'll just take it to Tiber, and he'll make it shine like a mirror. This will be the most beautiful armor that ever armored. Weston looks concerned.
Oh, for a second there on Twitch, on my computer, our whole Twitch was fuzzy.
Oh, weird.
So let me know if anyone else experienced that, or if that was just my computer being weird, being fuzzy.
Probably.
So you have got that scheduled to next day. You're going to leave. Is there anything else you want to do? Anyone else you want to talk to?
I don't think so. No, I don't think there's anything else that I wanted to do.
Okay. All right. As you get ready, anything you want to do that day, or are you just going to hang out with Sia?
I think it's just kind of hang out with Sia and kind of take around, show him the haunted village that is supposedly haunted that we're not going to go to. We're not going into the haunted village.
Okay,
we're not allowed. I can't figure out.
It's a bot. I was trying to figure out.
I can't figure out how to delete it. How to delete the comment. I know how to block the person, but I don't know how to delete the comment. I think Wes and I both were over here trying to figure out how to delete it. But yeah, we're not going in. It's creepy.
Oh,
I thought you would enjoy looking at it.
Anna, we went into a crypt and fought ghosts recently. I think I've had enough ghost stories.
I know. I just thought it was kind of an interesting thing. It's like an entire town, and it's all just there. All right. Okay. So we'll go to another area.
I don't need to pass out again.
I don't want to go in. I just showing. Okay. Right. Let's go back.
All right. You head back. So I'm just gonna say you spend the day in just relaxing, things like that, being around her. I don't think there's anything else that you'd need to do with armor wise or stuff like that.
No, I did take it to Tiber, and I'm gonna have him buff it out.
So we will jump to the next day. The Domina asks you to meet her, and you do see that there with the Domina. You see that she's got the there's you, there's Dominic Coltero. She is speaking currently with a woman very nicely dressed, but like not noble nice dress, just everything's crisp. And she stands perfectly.
Boom.
And she's kind of they're kind of talking. Yeah, roll me a society. I don't think you'd know who this person is, but let me see if you would. Nope. So she speaks with her for a moment, and then she walks away, and then the Dominic comes over to you. Well, we are ready to go then.
Who is that?
That was my head of intelligence currently.
What did they say?
The Cheliax seems to be... There's always been a demon presence ever since the signing within Cheliax. They seem to be disappearing.
Do demons have souls?
They are souls. They are kind of, yes.
Just wondering, I'm going to look at Az and say, was Cuthwaldwin using demon souls as well as human?
Yes, he was.
Well, then that's where they're going.
And she says, these are in areas that Cuthwaldwin's necessarily... It appears maybe that they're just being pulled back to their realm.
Oh, really? Why would Asmodeus do that?
Anna, you said that he currently the relationship is not in a good place.
No, I no, yes, no, I get that. It's just more like, wouldn't he want more demons to like?
If he was going to go in complete opposition and attack Thrune, yes, but that would break his contract. But he can always pull some of his assistants.
That's true.
And stay within the bounds.
Interesting. I'll just see what that actually turns out to be.
It'll be interesting to see. Well, are you ready to go?
Yes.
Let us be quick about this. I want to know. I want a decision made. I want to know what we're doing. And so you go to the teleportation circle. Delta is actually coming with you.
Oh, good.
So he gets in the teleportation himself. And then you...
So is there a different wizard that's doing this?
No,
spell?
Delta does the spell for himself. You can do it yourself.
Oh, okay.
You don't need to cast it on someone else necessarily.
Oh, okay.
There are other wizards in the camp that will be able to help with anything that happens, but he's the main one. Okay. And so you are teleported, all of you, to Andoran. The moment you get there, before you again is this gnome, Caesar. You know, no, it's his name was again Rom.
Yeah.
Back. Good. And he turns around and kind of signals, and there are some guards there. And they're like, they march up, salute. We have to take you directly to the hall.
Oh, okay. Directly is fine.
And they turn around and begin to march you down the corridors. You've been in this area before. You've been marched this exact way before. So you're like, okay, I know this kind of this...
This is all familiar.
This is all familiar.
I know the layout.
The Domina has been here once, a long time ago, and so she follows, of course, at her perfect statuesque form as she walks through the hallways. And then as you come to the open room, but where you met before.
By the way, I would like to say that order-wise, I am one step behind the Domina and to the right. And
you'll notice that Az actually decided to stand. He's directly behind her and a little behind you.
Okay.
So you're kind of, and then Dominic Coltero is, of course, on the other side of her, slightly behind, kind of opposite from where you're at. And then there's the two guards just walking in the front.
Okay, cool.
As you come in, you do see a lot of the same people you saw before. You see Ambrose Valson of the Pathfinder Society. You again see there's a group of people, nobles, that last time you were shown where the People's Council. of Andoran. You again see the acting Primarch of Absalom there. And then, of course, the Watcher over the Waves, the Commander-in-Chief of the fleet, and the Supreme Elect of Andoran.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a couple others. You see a woman with a beautifully big pirate's hat. And, in very much like, this is pirate garb.
This is like at the Council of the Pirates.
Yes.
In Pirates of the Caribbean, okay.
She had a bunch of necklaces, a lot of gold, slightly gaudy, big rings on her fingers.
Big hat.
Yes.
With a large plume. Thank you so much, Jerome. Neither Weston or I could figure out how to do it.
Thank you. So they are, you can, and based on the conversation, you can probably assume who this is. Then you also see a dwarf. Big, very wide in stature, standing about 4 feet. Gold beads in his beard, weaved in there with a crown on his head.
Wow.
Gaudy gold with purple clothing.
Wow. That is loud.
Very loud. And they're all standing around the council table.
Okay.
As the Domina walks in, she gives a nod to each in turn. And the Supreme Elect stands up. Welcome, Domina of Ravounel. Thank you for coming to our summons. Please take a sit. Let's get this started. We've got a problem, and we need to decide what to do about it. I do have one other guest that's coming. I want to, before they arrive, just let everyone know we have discussed they are on our side. Before, just to keep things calm.
As Anna hears this, she's going to put a hand on her sword.
Okay. Suddenly,
smell a trap.
she motions to a.
I hope not.
She motions to a man who's behind her, who very much dressed like a spellcaster. You can tell, and they say, they nod their head, they close their eyes for a moment, and roll me a perception check.
27.
27. Okay. You can guess they're casting a spell. You can't tell what, but you can tell they're casting a spell. And then suddenly, on the other side of the room, you watch as a portal opens up. A magical portal opens.
Is it like behind me, or is it
to your side? So the Domina's sitting on the side of the table. She's on, there's 2 sides, and then the Supreme Elect's down here at the end.
Okay.
And it's down there on the
far side.
On the far side.
Okay.
You see a portal, red in color.
Oh, this is not good.
And suddenly out from the portal walks 2 individuals.
Oh, snap! I told you!
What?
Continue.
Okay. You recognize these individuals.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you gonna guess?
Is it the 2 guys that they had talked about had gone into hell? I knew they were going to come back!
Vicarius Giordano Torcia of the Citadel Inferak, and Shell, the Lich.
I was going to say, it's the Lich King that made me go silent.
Both walk out of the portal to hell that they had used to transport from the realms and come join them.
As soon as that Lich walks out that door, Astrid, I can't take care of you right now. Anna will draw her sword immediately.
Okay. So you draw your sword.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the council definitely kind of stand surprised. Many other guards, you can see hands reach for the sword. No one else draws.
Oh, no. Anna full on draws.
And as you draw, Adira, the Supreme Elect says, "Sheathe your sword." He is here for the council.
He sided with Kuth Waldwin.
And the Lich Shell looks at you. I've made you silent before, haven't I?
I'd like to see you do it now.
She likes to talk. And the Vicarious kind of motions to him. You're that... I know you from somewhere. Where do I know you from? He's talking to you. He's looking at you.
Yeah, I know.
Have we met in battle before?
I was there when Kuth Waldwin laid out his plan to the council at Citadel in Farak. I am the only one who opposed it.
You're a Hell Knight.
Yes. Looks like I was right.
Huh. You were. Yeah, we headed back to our holdings, and then suddenly we couldn't get back to Infarak. And then we would reach out to our Hell Knight allies, and they'd say, we tell them, hey, something's going on back in Infarak. Could you go check out what's going on? And then suddenly they don't talk to us anymore. And then we decided things were not as they seemed. Kuth Waldwin apparently has his own plans. So I am here to try and salvage the Hell Knights.
I'm going to look at the Domina. Just kind of for her cue.
The Domina just puts her hand back.
Mm-hmm. And Anna will sheath the sword really quickly. But telepathically, she's going to say to Az, this is not good.
What are you thinking?
These men, if you can even call them men, they sided with him to begin with.
They sided with his original plan. He has not gone through with his original plan, even not remotely.
No, it's true. I just don't think we can trust them.
Did your Hell Knight friends side with him originally, Anna?
Not explicitly.
Were you not just yesterday saying that there must be Hell Knights who are not okay with this?
This is
we need
different. This is a Lich King.
I believe we just had a conversation with the Lich King the other day,
But
Anna.
he was different. He was like a piss poor version of
Anna,
this.
I think you have a little prejudice.
I do.
Vicard, and this is all going on in your head.
This is all going on in our head, but she's still motioning like they're talking out loud.
And the Vicarious goes and he takes his a seat that is available. There were 2 left for him and 1 for Shell, and they both sit. They have no retinue with them.
Of course not. They're arrogant.
And the Supreme Elect says, all right, we will call this council to order. And she motions again to the spellcaster, and he begins to wave his hands around, and suddenly Shell just says, "Puh," waves his hand up, and then suddenly, boom, this dome seems to go over the entire area as it is warded.
Anna says to Az, show off.
And Delta looks around and just shrugs.
She says, show off.
Yeah, we have some powerful spellcasters in this room, definitely, Anna.
Mm-hmm.
And then she begins. We have knowledge that Kuth Waldwin apparently is in league with an ancient evil that wishes to dominate all of human race. So what are we going to do about it? And Shell kind of speaks up. We, being in hell, they are definitely made aware that this is not the Cheliax that they want. And you don't have to worry about them helping Cheliax in this endeavor.
All right.
The dwarves. This has nothing to do with us. What? They aren't coming after our mountains. Why do we need to get involved?
How exactly do you think this isn't involving you already?
The whole council turns to look at you, and the Domina just kind of turns back.
Sorry.
My retainer, the Baronetta, has first-hand knowledge of similar, but I would say even possibly to a greater level than our guests, motioning to the Vicarious.
Bloody hell, we have better experience.
She snaps like her finger back. And is very passionate about it. The beings in question seem to believe that all life should be dominated. From what I've been able to find out, and she motions to Delta, from my advisor, the dwarves were still underground and had not yet reached the skies when they ruled. So you might not know. But they are the ones that pulled down from the skies and created the Starfall. They have shown their willingness to destroy everyone. At this, everyone kind of was like, all right. The pirate captain kind of just slams a knife down into the table. First thing, where's the rum? I can't discuss on an empty stomach. I need something to drink. And the pretty much motions. And then there is actually some food that's brought and some drinks. And they bring her something that's clear in a little glass. And she takes it. That's good stuff. Bring more of those. I'm always open for, attacking a throne. They don't like us. We don't like them. We don't really like most of you, but, in this, we like them less. So, we're in. Anything to cut some of them down. Vicarious at this says, we are not attacking Abigail Thrune. She's the rightful ruler. We are attacking a usurper.
Do you not... Is it... You're going to look at the domino. Like, can I talk yet?
What do you mean by that, Vicarious? The Domina... Oh, sorry, not Domina. Abigail Thrune is the rightful ruler. By law, she has right to rule. However, there are indications from some of our associates that she might not be in her right mind and needs to be liberated.
Anna's just literally biting the inside of her lips, like trying to keep from talking.
Notions to you to come down and tell her, whisper in her ear what you're wanting to say.
I don't think we should care at all about Abigail Thrune at this moment.
And she turns and whispers to you, we won't, but if they do, that's fine. Just imagine, Anna, if they are able to free Thrune from this mind control, and suddenly she can send an army of devils to attack with Waldwin, that would only help us. Right. The enemy of my enemy is my friend in this instance.
Until they turn around and bite you.
She nods.
All right.
The dwarves kind of looking at that. I don't know about these things, but I mean, we won't just stand by. I don't know. What are these things? And Delta will motion. They are the Argothu. They are ancient rulers. They changed the Aslanti race into what my race is now. Eredin himself was an Aslanti, and they sought to control them and all life, and pull them under the sea. And the dwarf comes like, under the sea? I don't like boats. When? He's like kind of like...
It's like, oh, well, that was difficult.
And the the leader of Absalom voices in, we cannot commit troops on this side.
Absalom?
Yes. What?
Is that wait, what is Absalom?
That insane place where this the biggest map they've made in Pathfinder,
The city. Okay.
city.
Okay.
It's a country.
Sorry, I just was thinking of Ron Goes Wrong and how he just calls him Absalom. Absalom?
Oh, I don't know that. Okay.
So I'm like, wait a second. Wait.
That's the name of the city.
Okay. Now I want to watch that movie because it's so cute.
He says, we, however, can keep Kedepesh from engaging directly. And they'll kind of... Domino looks back at you. Supreme Elect, you have met my representative previously. And she motions. She's like, let her talk. Can we stop? We need to decide what we're doing. We need to know what's happening. Let her talk. And the Domina will turn to you. Please.
I will be nice.
Diplomacy.
I will be nice.
In your mind, you hear Az. Laugh.
Red. I am wondering if all of the information that was previously acquired from refugees from Ketepesh, if that was conveyed.
It has been conveyed to all those here.
So you all know that your leader is dead.
There's no one from Ketepesh here.
There's no one from Ketepesh, but
No.
it shows that Absalom and Ketepesh.
Absalom can fight Ketepesh. They can keep them, use their military to keep them in line.
I did not understand that.
Those are
what
two
he
completely
said.
separate
Okay.
countries.
Okay.
So I'll clarify that, yeah.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I thought that...
You can pull up a Golarion map right now.
No. I thought you were saying that... Okay. No, we're good.
Right.
I understand now. So just retcon all that.
All right, cool. So the Supreme Elect is speaking. Is like, I was thinking they might be desperate to try and bargain with Asmodeus, but he sent some reps instead. He did.
And these were reps that were in the very beginning,
beginning
of
of the season of the thing
of the show.
And might be have been the fulfillment of a certain promise that was made to you earlier in this episode.
Kind of figured.
And so the Supreme Elect, it's very apparent that we can't just wait for him. This is not just about our country, it's about all of them. Last time these guys were threatened, they pulled a star out of the sky. We have to hit them and hit them fast.
George, don't worry. There's a lot of story.
Yeah, there's a lot of story. You can always go Google Citadel Infrarak, and you'll get a lot of this.
Yeah, this is all canon for the publications from Pathfinder.
Pathfinder, this is all Golarion lore, so you can actually just Google Citadel Infrarak and find out about where Anna's from.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we don't even know how many of them there are.
Nope. Well,
We know for sure of 2.
Oh, of those.
Mm-hmm.
We're not sure of that.
What do you mean you're not sure of
She
that?
motions to the side, and in actually walks a halfling. That walks over, steps up on a stool, and then sits into a chair that was sitting by her. She's like, "This is a member of the Bellflower Network. She's a right hand of Magdalene." She nods to you and to the Domina. From information we've been able to gather and discussing with a certain other abolitionist,
Mm-hmm.
we've compared timelines. We think that we're not sure there's 2 people. The times when Cuthwaldwin is gone from Enferak seem to coincide with times that Hashim is there in Katapesh.
So there's only one?
We aren't sure, but it's possible.
Huh. Interesting idea.
We know there are more than one, but we're
In
not
existence.
Sure, in existence, but we're not sure.
Doing this right now at this time period. That's very interesting.
But from what we've gathered, this is a leader of the Algothu. So there would be other Algothu, but this is a leader of theirs. And we're not sure if we're dealing with 2 forces or technically 1. That was just pulled together. But if the Absalom can keep the forces of Katapesh from engaging directly with us, we can focus our efforts on Cheliax.
Mm-hmm.
We would ask Ravounel to do the same from their border. The pirates have agreed to attack from the sea to deal with the Chelish Navy. And the dwarves will assist on keeping Nadal from getting involved.
All right. So you want us to stay where we are? You don't want us to come here?
No, we need to attack from multiple fronts at once. A coordinated attack on Cheliax. The question is, what is the goal?
Cut off the head of the serpent.
Do we know where Cuthwaldwin is?
We do. Well, we suspect.
How do we know? They all kind of turn to you. They're like, how do you know?
An oracle of Pharasma had a vision, placing an energy signature that was very similar to Cuthwaldwin's in West Cran.
And your connection to the Oracle?
She's my sister.
Oh, okay. And this shell will kind of voice up. We have it on good authority that Pharasma is involved, including with this one. I would believe the information. And the Vicarius nods. I will take a force into Cheliax and try and get any Hell Knights that are still in their right minds and are willing to fight from the inside.
You most likely have to go to orders that have not had direct contact with Cuthwaldwin.
Or at least divisions that haven't. And stay away from mostly the leadership.
Yes.
My objective is to take back Thrune. To free the House of Thrune from his clutches.
Might be a good idea to get him to release the leaders of Enfrak as well.
We have reached out to them because I know them. They are not amenable at this time.
I know. Because they've all been
And
brainwashed.
We do not currently have a way to free them.
Kill Cuthwaldwin.
But that is kind of the purpose of this council, is it not?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, we strike, but who will, in the end, we're going to have to get to Cuthwaldwin. Who leads up the force? We have many nations here. Who leads up the force? And they all kind of look at each other. And the Supreme Elect is like, each of us will fight on our fronts, but he is right. There's no one that is, if we manage to push through to West Crown, there's no one who's in charge of the entire force to then lead into West Crown.
You need a
Or
small strike force.
to go in and take him out. Get close enough that we can get a strike force there.
Mm-hmm.
And then send the strike force.
Needs to be very, very powerful mages or magic users in that strike force. Otherwise, it will be completely useless.
But it can't be. And Shell and Delta both kind of voice up. They will have strong magics and will be resistant to many. Physical force will probably be useful.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I'm just saying Cuthwaldwin is an incredibly powerful individual.
So who will lead up the strike force? Which nation? They all kind of look at each other. And then the Domina turns around and looks at you.
No. Are you serious?
She's like,
Are you... I will volunteer as tribute.
and they're all just like, look at you like, no, we have commandos, and they all start like voicing their different things. Like, no, we've got our supreme people. Ravounel is a small country. They kind of military wise, they won their independence through negotiation. Come on. And as they're speaking,
I'm just gonna step back.
As they're speaking, you watch as suddenly from the edges of all the around the table, spiders crawl up and around. They all kind of step back a little bit as these spiders all climbing to cover this table coalesce in the center, and then rising up from the middle is the Morgan. And she stands there tall and regal in her spider silk gown. The lady has chosen her champion to face this. And she will be the one to head in. And we have already agreed this. She turns to Shell. We have already agreed this with your masters. And Shell kind of like, Yes, well. They've come to an agreement. Fine. He stands up and walks over to you. The lich does.
Ho, ho, ho.
He walks over to you and looks at and stands in front of you, and he's taller than you, which you're surprised at. His bony body looks down at you. He lifts up one finger, and you watch as suddenly a red glow is at the tip of his finger, and he brings his hand down and touches it to your chest. And you watch as the red glow just goes inside your body.
First off, personal space. Back up. Secondly, what the bloody hell did you just do?
We agreed. My master, well, Asmodeus and Pharasma have come to an agreement, and he agreed to assist. So, there you go. And he goes around and walks around to the side.
That was not an explanation. What was it?
He has strengthened the blood within you.
Are you being purposefully obtuse? What does that mean?
You're a tiefling, right?
Yes.
Okay. Go into battle, you'll find out you can do more than you could before.
Well, okay. Could have just said that.
So, just so you know, you know how you could fly for 1 minute?
Yeah.
You can now fly for 10.
Ooh, I can be death from above. Ha!
And you might see other demonic abilities come out as we get through the rest of the last of the campaign.
Ooh, I like that.
And so they kind of, there's more chatter and things like that. And it is decided that they will. There's no choice but to attack and try and fight their way into Cuthwaldwin.
So it's not just going to be me and Az, though, right?
No. So,
do we have a fellowship?
On our next episode, we are going to war.
Are we going to meet the fellowship?
We're not.
Oh.
You will have the opportunity to gather, if you want, any of the allies from the rest of the campaign.
Okay.
Any of the Torrent or Magdalene or anyone else you want to go. However, I'm going to give you some mechanics here.
Okay.
There is going to be a war.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of the NPCs that you've engaged with, the main NPCs, have different benefits they can give to the different military forces.
Okay.
Next week, you will be able to decide where these different military forces are and the bonuses that go with them. And I will teach you how we are going to fight a war. And next episode, we will engage in the war for Cheliax and see if you can fight your way to Cuthwaldwin.
Gah! Probably not. Mm-hmm. We're all just going to die.
So you'll have options. You can go with the Andoran forces. You can go with the Ravounel forces, or you can go with the pirate forces and try and get there by ship.
Can someone just teleport us into the center?
They cannot. And that is where we're going to end tonight's game.
Oh my gosh.
So if you want to join me next Wednesday for world building, I will also detail out how the war mechanics are going to work for this next section next Friday. So
yeah, that'll be fun.
Come join us and see how the war with Cheliax is going to happen. Thank you all so much for being here. We're going to get this is getting to the end. So this is the end of season 6.
5.
And beginning
next week
we'll start season 6.
With
and
war. We are at the end. This is
the end game now.
Now we're really entering the end game.
Yep. So you have to fight through Cuthwaldwin's forces to get to West Crown. And then you'll need to infiltrate West Crown to get to Cuthwaldwin. and we'll find out what happens from there.
Okay.
So thank you all so very much for joining us, for being here.
Oh, hi, Synth Knight.
I
I don't know if you just jumped on. You have my boat. Yeah, right? That's why I'm like, we need the fellowship.
There we go, yes. And my axe.
I don't want a dwarf, though.
I will tell you, if you had managed to
don't
get
know.
that lich to come out, I would have also, that would have been another NPC that would have get a benefit too. But you would have also have to watch your back afterwards.
Yeah, I know. Which would have freaking killed him.
Yep.
Be like, oh, shoot, you died in the battle. Dang it.
So I will detail this all out. We'll have the mechanics all laid out at the beginning of next episode so we can jump straight into this war.
Yes, and
for
come hang
Giants.
out with Weston on Wednesday when he is doing some world building. World building on Wednesday with Weston. Lots of W's.
We're going to talk about Valley Toss. We're going to be building the homebrewed world for the next campaign, which is supposed to start sometime early
in
next year.
the next year.
Probably January or February. We
I'm
will be
thinking more
starting.
like February.
Hey, it's in February. All right. Thank you all, and you have a great night.
Good night.